Hey guys, what's up? It's Michael Lenoci. Welcome back to Life with Lenoci podcast. Listen, my eyes, I forgot to put Visine in. Sometimes, some episodes I put Visine in, some episodes I don't, and then people think I'm blazed up or high because of all the stupid rants I go on. That is not the case. I just got out of the shower, and usually before I do the podcast, I shower, and because of contacts, I guess, my eyes get like this. I personally haven't smoked in a long time, but everything you see and hear is just straight from the dome, and that's real life, guys. And we're here on a quick episode. Miscalculated timing with whether we're going to record today or not. Miscommunication, as people will say. You can't have a lot of miscommunication in life, especially if you're a quarterback for a football team. The communication between the head coach and the quarterback has to be clear. And in this situation, Mark's a coach and I'm a quarterback, and I got to get the right plays into my headphones, which guess what? We have the right headphones this week. Last week we didn't. Did anybody notice? If you did, you get extra points. You get extra points. Nobody commented about it. I also want to welcome in the new and improved followers and listeners. Thank you and welcome abroad. Welcome domestically too. Welcome worldwide. And listen, if you're out there in a different world, welcome. And we welcome anyone from different worlds because, like we said last week, big space advocates over here. We accept all kinds: rocks, asteroids, meteorites, meteors, whatever your liking is. We like
just
it.
Not round mooners.
Not round mooners, okay? Flatters. Welcome back, and let that music soak in because we're in for a very healthy, positive episode, and that's where the music will fade out because this is going to be important. Today, your little self-help is going to be about positivity in any situations, no matter what is good. We can take the most horrible situation possible, and if you could bring something positive out of it, then you got to look at the positive in everything. Like, you could think of the most worst thing ever. I'll bet you we can find something positive. I know that a lot of you guys are thinking World War II. Listen, we defeated the Germans. That's the positivity. What are you being, a ninja? How are you doing, Mark? Episode 22, huh? 23? 20?
This would be 22.
22, man. 22 weeks in the dome. I keep saying in the dome like that's something. Okay, so there are a lot of things in here.
That's what happens when you leave.
Matt, no, you know what it is? I'll tell you where it's from. I opened the fridge in there, and there's some rotten food in there, and it's, we don't want to talk about it. There's some rotten food in the fridge. God forbid somebody's listening. Listen, so here's the deal. Had a little back glitch this week. Was playing some Pickleball. Pickleball, dude. It's fun. How about some pickleball? Do you like pickleball? Pickleball.
I actually have never played, but I literally have a ton of people asking me to play.
Jesus, probably got one of those fucking gnats in my mouth. I mean, what's going on? Someone died in here? Listen, so here's the deal. Pickleball's very good cardio. And I'm, 38. I got to be stretching always before workouts, before I play basketball, before I play tennis, before I play dodgeball, before I play anything active. You have to be stretching. Not the case when you're 34 or younger. So that being said, I kind of got to the place late. They were already going, so I just jumped right in. And sure enough, I played through it, and I woke up on whichever the next day was, and I was like paralyzed. I was like, ah. And it sucks, man. It sucks. It's almost like, what's worse, a sprained wrist or a sprained ankle? A sprained ankle for sure.
Yeah.
Because you're immobile. But like, what's worse, a sprained wrist or a bad back? Like your lower back is killing that week or something like that. I'd rather have the sprained wrist.
Agreed.
I mean, I'd rather have a neck thing than a lower back. Like, when you're like, I can't do this.
I don't know about that one.
Really? Neck things are annoying for sleeping. Yes. It kills the sleep.
Yeah, but then also like all the things where you need to turn your head, like check your rear view mirror or check your side mirror.
Yeah.
Like, I have more problems with the neck
than the lower back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess get out of here, dude. Don't you dare. Here's the thing. Either way, it's just it's annoying, and you have to physically get through it. Taking baths, taking baths, thorough gun, doing a lot of that until it runs out. Can't find the charger. What do I do? What do I do? Can't find the charger to the thorough gun. Not doing well for me. Okay. Sauna, long sweats in the sauna, stretching, and I think I will be back to normal by Wednesday. That's my hope and goal.
When did you do this?
I believe I did this on a Friday.
Okay.
So less than a week injury. But still, I haven't worked out, and I've only just walked because I'm like, I have to, and it's annoying. So now I have to eat extra healthy because part of working out is so you can kind of indulge in some fun things. Now I got to not eat late. When I'm not working out, no eating late. No sweets, nothing like that. So that's annoying. So a little bit of an injury, and it's tough on the body, and it's annoying. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I also want to remind everyone that there's a Patreon that we will participate in when we get to 10 subscribers, and also that's going to be a fun to help save money for maybe an engagement ring one day. Who knows? Why did you open up your eyes wide there?
It only applies to one person.
Yeah, but I'm saying whatever can help, She ain't gonna hear this. And then if she does, I'll be like, oh, so you listened. You know what? From now on, I'm gonna do little things towards her.
To see if
she
checks in.
Yeah, just to see if she checks in. Oh, hey, did you check in? This is what I could do. How about this? Well, if she doesn't check in and I'll tell you what her art Instagram account is.
Okay.
Because I know she wouldn't want that. So if she checks in, I'll be like, hey, guess what, Haley? I'm going to share your art Instagram account on the podcast. And if you check in, then I won't. Because then I know, because you'll be like, you better not. But if I don't hear from you in the next 2 weeks, gonna say it next episode. And I will deal with the consequences. Because I'll tell people to follow it and DM you saying I love your art. And it's not from Life with Lenoci podcast.
Do you think she listens at all?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
Maybe
because she didn't get enough of you talking at her at home, like when you hang out with her.
When I hang out with her, I don't talk to her. She talks to me, and I pretend to listen. So that's the thing. But, I think when she takes her little baths or whatever and she's not with me.
Wait, you think that she wants to unwind, light some candles, pour a glass of wine and listen to
Well, she doesn't. First of all, you got to understand what her unwinding thing is. Maybe she does light candles. You're right about that. But she'll float around in the bath and she'll watch stuff on her phone. I know that she does that. So that's her way of hanging out with me. Because look, you got to understand, my mom even listens to this. My mom listens to this. She goes, oh, the poor blind dog thing. She was like, I was like, it's just to get it's just to get the people mad on the internet.
Well, then she didn't listen long enough to where we had the disclaimer.
But I told her, she goes, oh, I'm sorry, stupid me. I didn't know comedians were trying to piss people off. She said laugh face. Like she was like busting my balls. So I was like, all right. So, but either way, I mean, that's a way Haley gets to hang out with me since I don't hang out with her or talk to her. We just text and phone call. But when we're next to each other, I don't want to hear a word. I'm kidding. All she does is talk. And I have to pretend to listen.
Wait, would you say in your relationship...
She talks way more.
She talks more than you?
I don't... Dude, I get my talking out on stage in this. I don't talk anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You get the worst side of me.
I get the nonstop.
Well, I mean, this is the job. This is the job. I gotta go. You know what I mean? Well, that would be a bad podcast if I wasn't speaking.
Do you just sit in
How's
your
my hair
apartment?
look, by the way?
Quiet?
Pretty cool, huh? Just I went longer than top. I blow dry it right out. I mean, dude, things are going well for me. Things are going well for me, dude. I'm popping, baby. I'm popping on that IG, man. Popping it up. Imagine if someone gave me a platform. We would be on top of the world, you and I. If someone gave me a platform, obviously the vote's in. It would happen, and then we and you would be retired.
We should just have you...
Get out of my face.
Let's have you just run for office via this podcast.
Guys, I'm running for mayor of West Hollywood. West Hollywood mayor, Michael Lenoci, running this fall. I said it like it's a television show. I don't
Right.
know what they say. Running whatever election time is.
Why think small? You should actually just go for California State Senate or California
No,
Senate.
it sounds like too much work.
Eh.
Little mayor of a town. I only wear shorts, tie, jacket, shorts, like everything, the whole
like
suit, but shorts.
Dolphin shorts or like actual shorts?
Like shorts that I'm
Like
wearing.
basketball shorts.
These aren't basketball shorts, but by the way, I
Are you
usually wear
about to
pants.
plug Fabletics?
The fact that I'm wearing shorts tonight is hilarious because first of all, nobody would assume I'm wearing shorts when they watch this, and usually I don't because I do the podcast and then I'm bouncing around all night. But I'm not doing a show tonight, and I'm gonna go home and play Madden after this because I'm 38, but secretly a brain of a 12-year-old. So, what I was gonna say. So, positivity in bad situations. That's your self-help for this week, guys. Listen. Hey, you found out you had cancer. Well, you'll appreciate things more. Think about that. You'll appreciate things more going forward. Is that positive? You didn't really. I can say it from someone who's has a family member dealing with some stuff. I'm allowed to kind of make that remark. No, I'm not being insensitive. By the way, listening, I'm not trying to be insensitive at all. And I know that sometimes I come off as insensitive in certain situations, but I am not right now. It's tough, man. It's really tough to speak and say what I'm thinking when my mouth goes faster than my brain. Or which one is it? Is it my brain going faster than my mouth?
No, your
It's my
mouth is going faster than your brain.
Is that what it is? You don't think it's my brain going, here, I got all this information and my mouth is trying to, I can't keep up.
Yeah, I guess your mouth is trying to keep up. Nice.
Just for those of you who are listening, I just took a swig of LaCroix and it spilt all over my shirt. So that's something to think about when you are listening. You're missing out. And if you want to watch, all episodes are on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and comment for the algorithm. Some of the recent episodes have been getting some more views. Thank you. Also, some of the listeners have been going up. Please leave a 5-star review. Thank you. Check out the Patreon. We want to do that. And then I think those are all the plugs, for the most part. Here's a thing for you.
Do we have... Oh, go ahead.
Here's the thing. In sports.
Okay.
All right? I got a guy clipping stuff for me now.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
Great.
Shout out to him. He's tagged on,
Why don't you shout him out?
I should actually shout him out because that's really nice of him, and I should make sure I get it correctly. So
they're clipping the podcast for you?
He's making I still do some of the ones because I like them, but I gave him all the things that how I want it, so he's doing some to get more work out there, and I tag him, and hopefully one day we are a podcast that is lucrative and we can take care of the people that helped from the beginning. So in the meantime, get a shout out to Matt Azzarello. What if it's Matt Chimmer? Matt Azzarello. And I will say that. And he has a podcast, and he's a photographer, and he has great photography, and he is in Ontario, Canada. And what if I gave out his whole address? And his Instagram is Matt_AZZARELLO. And, if you like what he does or want to hit him up for more work, he is looking for work, and he knows what he's doing. So that's cool. So we are thankful for that. That being said,
you were talking
about sports. Okay. You grow up in sports. A lot of people did. You did, right? Kind of. Not
very much so.
Very much so. People wouldn't think that about you, but you did. So, and that's okay. A little dig.
All right.
We like to do
but
digs.
We both know I am way more athletic than you. It's not even close.
All right, how about this? Let's play a game before I get into this. Let's play a game. Pick 5 sports, and I'll pick 5 sports, and we'll compare them, and we'll think who would win in all of them. Okay? How about this? Let's just do it together. First sport, basketball. Easy game that you can play one-on-one.
You all the way.
Thank you. So 1-0 me.
Sure.
All right. Another sport you can play one-on-one. Bowling.
I'd kick your ass.
Now we got something. Now we're going to go do this.
Okay.
What's your high game in bowling? What's your highest game ever?
288. What? I missed a strike.
Oh, mine's a 176.
Oh, yeah.
You bowled a 288?
I used to bowl tournaments in middle school, high school. Next.
But you still think you bowl like a 170 tonight?
Yeah.
Right now you bowl 170 the first try.
Yeah. My second date with my wife, I bowled a 264, and she was like, fuck this.
Yeah, I would have left you. So, all right, 1-1. Golf.
I'd kick your ass.
When's the last time you played?
Probably about a month ago.
And what'd you shoot?
I'm like a 16 handicap.
I could get like 22 over. So it'd be close then. It could be close. If we played 9, I'm not playing 18. I'm fading out by the last 5. It's just tough. To me, golf's drinking. So golf, we don't know yet.
Okay.
So there's no for sure. If you shoot 16 over, I could shoot 22 over. I know I've never shot 16 over, but I usually, if I really try, I can be like plus 20.
Growing up overseas, like golf was one of the few things that we did. So I started playing golf when I was in 3rd grade.
What's another sport you could play one? I mean, you can't play baseball one-on-one. I mean, if you did home derby, but it's just there's so many aspects of baseball, so you got to eliminate it. You could do like, all right, we have a quarterback and we both play wide receiver and cornerback. Could you cover me? It's still a difficult game to gauge one-on-one. Unless we were like, oh, as a quarterback, like throwing through a skills thing, you know what I mean? Skill set quarterback, like I think I'm winning that. And also if I'm a wide receiver, are you guarding me? No. I'm catching everything over you. Am I guarding you? Absolutely. So, I mean, we don't have to do football, okay? But if you want to count football, it goes to me.
It depends.
No, it doesn't depend.
Like, do you think you could tackle me?
Well, are you running?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you just standing still? It's harder. But if you're running with the football and I just come in for your legs,
just leave you behind.
You're not faster than me.
Oh yeah.
How about track?
Okay.
I will bet my nipples that I could beat you in a race.
11.24.
What is that?
That was my 100 time. When
you were 10? Cool. Good for you, sir. Good for you, sir. You are now in the body of a 57-year-old ex-wife. You have the body of a 57-year-old ex-wife, and I will beat you in a race whenever you want.
I was a decathlete.
Sounds like you're handicapped.
No.
A decathlete what?
Decathlete. I did all 10. So I did running, jumping, throwing, sprinting, distance.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to race. You're not going to beat me in a foot race.
I will smoke you.
Mark.
I will smoke you in a foot race.
Mark. You know what? We're going bowling and then racing afterwards.
Done.
Okay? Field goal kicking. I would beat you in that.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Fine. Just going to pick random thing. Bench press.
I'll beat you.
Yeah. Swimming. I grew up with a pool. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, here's the deal. Sports. Constantly teaching you quick on your feet, react. Every sport, quick on your feet, react. Life, total opposite. Take a beat, sleep on it, don't react. Very hard for people who come from a sports background. You're always taught to be quick on your feet and react. Moi, says him too, but still, harder for us when dealing with situations to not react and be quick on our feet. Pretty good defense, right? If we were in a courtroom, you want me as your attorney. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying right now. I was thinking about this the other day. I go, listen, a lot of athletes react to situations. Maybe their temper or trauma or, sad situations, whatever it is. We react in the moment. And the best situation in all of life is to never react and kind of sit with it and kind of let it happen, sleep on it. And this is for most situations. I'm not talking about like, hey, if you're driving and a car goes through a red light. I'm talking about like, hey, we've come to you with this news. Hey, there's this going on with someone close to you. Hey, this is happening at your work, right? Is there any other, hey, there's this event in the future. Would you like to attend? Nobody answers right away. Hey, Michael, are you going to any of the Miami Dolphins games this year? No idea. I'm not going to say yes or no because it's too soon to react to that. Great analogies. I met Colin Cowherd. You know who he is? I met him. I'm a big fan of him and I watch his clips all the time and I listen to him talk about football and he has great analogies. He'll be like, just this is riffing. I'm not even writing. This isn't a sample, but Colin Cowherd will be like, here's the thing. Dax Prescott is like a loaf of bread. Kirk Cousins is toast. You'll have it. You'll have the toast. You'll eat it, but you won't really think about it. A loaf of bread, I can make a lot of toast with it. I have it. It's in my kitchen. It's on the counter. I am thinking about it because I see it when I walk in the kitchen. That's Dax. I think about it. I see it. It could win. It could be a Super Bowl winner. Kirk Cousins, I had a taste. I'm okay. It's not good. That's kind of like what he does, right?
Okay.
What are you saying?
I was just more annoyed because like neither one of those are
Sure.
good quarterbacks.
Well, I mean, here's just, some would argue. I mean, can Dax get you to a Super Bowl? He very well could.
Yeah, so could Kirk Cousins.
He can't. He hasn't won anything big yet.
But neither has Dax.
Dax has won games in the playoffs. Kirk hasn't. And Kirk has actually never won a primetime game, and that's a big flaw too. That's a thing on him too. So
interesting. Well, I never thought he was a good quarterback.
I think he's good. I just there's a matter of we're in a part of the league right now where everybody is good, and now there's like an it factor. Who has the it? Like I can't tell you. I've never remember a time where there was this many good quarterbacks where I'm like, well, somebody has to fail.
Yeah.
And it feels like nobody's gonna even fail besides maybe like Wentz and
Derek Carr.
I don't know. I think they win the division.
You think Raiders win the division?
Yeah.
With a brand new coach.
Well, one of the most respected offensive coordinators in history.
You mean the one that failed miserably in Denver?
Well, he was 33.
Yeah.
10 years later, with 3 more Super Bowl rings and time, yeah. I would argue, one of the best wide receiver cores with a great tight end, a great line, a good defense, 2 of the best defensive ends. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Who knows? I could also, anyone in that division could win and lose.
But they still got to beat the Chiefs.
And so do the Chiefs have to beat the Raiders, and they have to beat the Chargers, and they have to beat the Broncos. Nobody really can say, listen.
And I think we can count the Broncos out.
I don't know. I mean, I think that every single one of those teams in that division thinks they're going to win the division. So that's not the case in any other division. You know what I mean? Like the Jets and Patriots could be like, yeah, we're going to win. No, you're not. The Steelers, Browns, you're not.
Yeah.
But so who knows? But point being, you come from a sports background, round. It's harder. And I think that's a good point. Clip it. Okay, here's the deal.
Did we get any viewer mail?
We didn't this week.
Oh.
After 4 in a week.
Start a new beard streak.
Well, oh yeah, good reminder. Guys, write in lenoci.michael@gmail.com. Any of your situations that you need us to be therapeutic about, we can do that. We've done that. And, whatever.
We've solved so many problems.
So far, 3 or 4.
Like, those people are better now.
Well, I would like a follow-up with the old man and the dog. I really hope the best situation came out of that. There was definitely a bunch of different situations that could have come from that. So, I mean, here, I got one more thing I want to go into. And this is probably just basically... Oh, no, I got a couple things, actually. One was comedy talk. I wanted to do a little comedy talk for the younger comics if they listen. Just in comedy in general, listen. We're at a point right now, and I feel like I've done this with proven work. Like in comedy, depending on where you're at, if you're not a household name that's selling out theaters or whatever, or a working actor, established comedian. We know what established comedian is. Someone who's just relatively can sell tickets, can go perform in any city, and people are going to go pay money to see them. If you're not at that level, you need to be as good at editing as you are comedy. Today. Specials are done.
Video editing?
Editing, like social media. That's part of the game. Yeah. You have to be. Specials are done. A half hour presents in Comedy Central. How about this? In 2010, if I came here and I was doing comedy for a while and I got a Comedy Central Presents, it's a 22-minute special, right? It's cake. It's a feature act. That's what those were. They're like, hey, this guy's been a feature act. He's ready to be a headliner. Here's a Comedy Central half hour, and now he's going to go headline. That's what that was made to do. And that was big from 98 to 2010, right? Really helped people like Dane Cook, a lot of people, right? And that was so big that would elevate you, and that would kind of put your name on the map up until about 2010, really. And right now, if you got a Comedy Central half hour, I don't even know if they do them. Maybe they do them on YouTube.
Netflix is doing it, and HBO
Netflix is kind of doing
it.
it. HBO isn't really doing it.
No, actually, like if you look at what they've got on HBO Max, it's a lot of half-hour stuff.
From back in the day, they don't have a new thing for up and comers.
There's newer stuff.
Who?
I was going through the other day, like I just saw like an Eric Rivera one. I saw.
Oh, that is the Latino special thing. Yes,
Yeah.
It's specific. They do not have like here's we're promoting these features to become headliner. They don't have a half hour thing.
Gotcha.
They have a Latino division where they've really pushed their Latino HBO special thing, which has worked for a lot of those guys. I think Francisco's been a part of it. Orlando Leyba, all great guys. So that is specific to a thing. Netflix has tried some 30-minute things. We don't know what's come from it. I will say, and I'm not saying anything, from me editing a 23-minute crowd work special from just shows I did on the road and putting it on YouTube and clipping them onto TikTok and Instagram, I've gained more of a following than a majority of the people who have done a half hour on the Netflix thing. So that's food for thought. You know what I mean?
Would you say this translating to selling tickets?
Mine's going to, absolutely. Okay. Who knows what those, because these people are following you because they're liking your stand-up, and that's what you want. And then when you look at the thing, I'm like, the best part about it is 75% of my followers are 25 to 45. So I'm like, that's great. That's working people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think that can go for everyone. You know what I mean? And I think that's like, if you're at a certain level, you shoot it nicely, sure, but you clip it up. That's going to do the most for you all day. Unless somebody's going to be like, hey, you want to shoot a half hour on this streaming thing, which if it's HBO, cool. Netflix, cool. Any of the other ones, is anybody going to see it? Do I get to have it personally? I think the number one thing is if you were dealing with someone who wanted to pay you money, they're not going to pay you a lot of money if you're nobody, right? What's 20 grand? That's cool. I'll take it. But I need to have the special and be able to edit it myself, right? Then that's important. So, I mean, that's just something I was thinking about. And I think like for the most part, specials are done in the sense of like that smaller world. Now, Bill Burr's going to keep putting out specials. Tom Segura is going to keep putting out specials. Kreischer, they're all going to put out specials, but they're getting offered money. 500,000, $1 million, whatever they're getting offered. Sure, they're going to do it because here's the money. But even them would benefit just from cutting it up and putting it on reels. That would just, I feel like that would expand their fan base even more that way too. Because they're already in the Netflix thing. So their fans are already plugged in. They're not getting the new ones. So how would they get new ones is just, maybe that world. I don't know. What nothing? Just taking it. Okay. Just taking it in. And that's fine. Because sometimes when you're making a point and somebody doesn't react to it, that's fine because they could be swallowing it. They could be swallowing it up, and it doesn't mean they disagree with you. It could mean that they just took it in and, he's not a stand-up comic. So maybe it didn't like spark a fire in his brain and he looks bored. And that's disappointing because when you're saying something that you're passionate about and that you feel good about, you would like to have someone reciprocate some emotion in their face.
All right. Well, I think you're not wrong.
Thank you. I like that. And that's all I needed. Thank you so much. And did you have anything else to say? Don't care. I like what you said, and we're good with that. Big into space. Guess what else I'm a big into? Deep sea accounts. Love these deep sea accounts, finding some cool things that I didn't know existed. Love me some deep sea accounts on Instagram. Following it, want to know about more fish, want to know more about whales, want to know more about dolphins. Love dolphins. Want to swim with dolphins.
Would you ever scuba dive?
Yes. It's just, it seems like, all right, I got to go do this. It's not like it doesn't excite me to go do, but I would do it if it's like set up and it's like, hey, next Saturday we're all going. I'm like, okay. And then, but like, don't you have to like go get a certificate first?
You go get get certified. That's one weekend.
No. See, like if I could do that online real quick or something.
No.
Like it's got to be like on a computer. Then why can't I just do like, what if it's only like 10 feet scuba diving?
Because you got to learn. And
why
honestly,
can't you have the trainers there and stuff?
All the good shit is at about like 60 to 100 feet.
Like where you see interesting fish, you mean?
Like where you get to go into wrecks, like World War II stuff.
Oh, cool. That's interesting. Is there a lot of wrecks close by?
Oh, there's some wrecks around here.
and you like will swim in them,
Mhm.
and then but it's dark. You need a flashlight and stuff.
Yeah, some.
But some are like you could see pretty clearly.
Yeah.
Beautiful water, and you could see fish, or there's not a lot of life in
Yeah,
there. Sometimes
fish.
there is. Huh. And is it like just
You could-
breathtaking? What is it? What do you
can
get out of
dive
it?
like I mean, some of the cool stuff is like diving around the oil rigs here, like off the coast of like Santa Barbara.
And what do you see? What's cool about
just
the
like
oil rigs?
tornadoes of fish and
Why are they around the oil rigs?
just because coral starts to grow up off of it.
Oh. And so it's
It
just
attracts
different type
life.
of fish that
Yeah.
you never would see. And then they're scared because they'll swim away from you or
Like
stuff.
Catalina out here is really cool because you got the kelp forests, you've got some like larger fish. You can see a good variety of stuff.
Does it
here.
sometimes get annoying? Do you sometimes get water in the eye and you have to like clear it out? Or
Yeah, that happens to me a lot.
yeah.
Like right
It's-
now, I'm putting together a trip to go see great whites in Guadalupe.
Get out. I hope you got that in camera. See, the thing is, I think it's interesting, but again, it would be like, hey, I'm on a honeymoon. I'm somewhere else, and it's like planned and ready to go. But the thing is, you can't do that. It's not like scuba diving. You know what I mean? Like you have to like get that training, which takes like
A weekend.
Yeah, like, but I should be able to like just do some test shit online.
But here's the thing: is there's a danger element that you've got to account for, and
But-
you've got to learn through practical learning.
But you can't just have experts swimming with you to like just in case something goes wrong.
because if you panic, you might do something stupid.
Well, isn't there scuba diving where it's only like 20 feet?
Yeah, but what are you gonna see at 20 feet? That's a swimming pool.
I guess you're right. I guess you wouldn't need a tank then. You could just use a
You
snorkel.
would just snorkel.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Again, I'm not against it. I just am like, it doesn't like get me excited. Like,
I think you would have to see like it's one of those things where my wife was not into it. She was like, "Okay, I'll try it," and now is
well, I
fascinated
could watch
by it.
YouTube videos of it. I'm sure there's plenty. That's how you can get into anything if you watch like a lot of YouTube videos of it. I'll end with this, and this is another trick for Haley to see if she's watching. I have two friends having babies. One is relatively new. They found out recently, and their baby will be due like in March, right? And then I have another buddy back in Florida, and his wife is popping soon. I believe end of September. Excuse me. So I went and did my good deeds. I got them both bibs, baby bibs, right? To drool on that say I drool aqua and orange. Miami Dolphins.
Oh, okay. I was like, you lost me.
Miami Dolphins bibs that say I drool aqua and orange. So
That's the official color.
or let me
I always assumed it was like teal.
it's well I believe it's
But like dolphins refer to themselves by the colors, like
sorry, I drool aqua and orange. Yeah, look.
oh my goodness.
So I got these two little things and they're cute, right? And it's like I'm doing my part, so I'm mailing that out to my buddy, and I showed Haley, and she's like, "Oh, that's cute, but like our kids will never wear stuff like that." And I go, if I end up marrying you and we have kids, you will have a decision in everything, but you will not allow me to dress them up in Miami Dolphin attire. I will fight for my life with that. I will fight till the end. They will wear Miami Dolphin jerseys. They will wear. I will bring them to a. Are you kidding me? You will not take that from me. And this is specifically for you, Haley. Mark my word. If I have a son with you, he will have a lot of Miami Dolphin attire and socks and even diapers if they're out there and onesies, and he will be a fan as crazy as I am.
Do you fear?
I fear nothing when it comes to that.
Because like there's always the kids that like dad loves this team, but
Yeah.
somewhere around middle school, he's like, this team's not my favorite.
He won't be like that. There's no way.
There's no way, zero chance that this kid could grow up to be a Patriots fan.
No, why? I mean, first of all, if a kid becomes like a fan of another team, it's because that's what team is popular in the time being, right? So, I mean, like,
just like everybody was a Cowboys
fan
in
of
the
49ers. And like, in school, even in Florida, you had a lot of Cowboy 49er fans in the classes, but like everyone's parents were like Dolphins or whatever. But for the most part, everyone grows in to what their dad, because they see their dad cheering for that team.
But let me ask you this. Say you two have a child here.
Yeah.
This kid is going to be exposed to Chargers and Rams.
But I thought about also being like, okay,
all of his friends are going to be Chargers,
gauging where,
maybe a little Raiders,
gauging where life is at that moment. If I see a more beneficial life for him as a fan of a Ram, to protect him, to not go through what I've gone to, because we're as a Dolphin fan, we're now talking about we're on the tail end of one of the longest franchises to not win a Super Bowl or even be in a Super Bowl, because we haven't been in one since '84, which was the year I was born, so I didn't see. So that being said, outside of the Browns and the
Chargers
and the Lions,
and the Bills.
The Chargers went to a Super Bowl in '94, though.
Yeah, they went to a Super Bowl.
But yes, but Bills, yeah, like to actually, we haven't won a playoff game in 20 years. So
wait, Dolphins haven't won a playoff game
2000,
in 20. Good Lord!
Right before Brady came in, and then that was the last time that's part of the reason we haven't won one.
So
see, a lot of these other organizations didn't have the greatest quarterback of all time in their division for 20 years. So that's part of the reason. That already eliminates you to only getting a wild card. But here's the thing is 20 years without a win. Like all of a sudden when in the 90s, we're like, man, I feel bad for the Cleveland Indians. And then, the other team, like some of these other teams, the Cubs, you remember, or the Red Sox. I remember watching Cubs, Red Sox. I'm like, 40 years, 50. You would see the old person, 50 years not winning a championship.
2004, like I know where I was when they won.
Yeah. Well, so that's what I'm saying. That's where I'm at. Like I go, oh my God, I'm a Dolphins fan now, going like, oh my God, I'm 38, bro. I'm 38, and the last playoff win the Dolphins had, I was at. By myself in the upper deck. I was 16. I drove myself. My dad didn't want to go, and we beat Peyton Manning and the Colts in overtime. Lamar Smith ran it in. Okay? I was there. I was the last win. I was at the last win, and I will be at the next one.
Okay. Question for you.
We got to head out.
Yeah. No. Last thing. Let's say you're mid-70s at this point.
Jesus.
And Dolphins haven't won it.
That sucks.
Do you give up?
Well, what's the point of giving up?
What is the age at which you give up?
There's no giving up.
I know there's no giving up.
Because you can't switch. Like, don't you think if I could switch my brain to like another team, I would have done it by now?
But no.
So because
here's the thing is, like, I've now witnessed it with Cowboys fans. With Cowboys fans
are like the Dolphins. They haven't won a playoff game for years. Or they won a playoff game.
Yeah,
but
they had a good Super Bowl run.
They're like the Dolphins, man. They haven't really had relevancy since the 90s.
No, but here's the thing is the Cowboys get relevant.
A few years ago, they went to a division series. They haven't been to an NFC championship in over 20 years.
But they're a team that goes out there and money whips people.
Sure.
They're always in the forefront of what's talked about.
Sure.
But you can argue that, like,
Miami,
Jerry Jones is so terrible that he gets in the way of his own franchise, and it's turned off so many people.
No, I don't think that.
Okay, in the last few years, he's been better.
Pretty great.
Last few years, he's been great. Yeah. I will give you that.
Yeah.
But if you're talking
the
2000s,
but you got to understand that an owner is not only a football owner, but it's like one of the best stadiums, marketing wise. Like he is
100%.
One of the best.
But imagine
owners.
An owner who keeps
He's one of the best owners,
putting himself in front of the franchise, as opposed to sitting back and hiring the people who do what they do best.
I understand that, but I think that a lot of the people argue in the NFL media but he's actually good at it compared to other guys who would do that. A lot of people have GMs, right? I mean, listen, there's people complaining about what the Green Bay does as owners. There's no owner. It's a minority. The city.
But
owns.
You don't think in the last 20 years that Cowboys could have money whipped like an elite quarterback?
No, I mean, I think Dax is in your top 15. And all you need is a top 15 quarterback out of the 32. I think everybody would argue.
When was the last time someone won with I guess it's the Ravens without an elite quarterback?
Without an elite quarterback?
Yeah.
I mean, the Eagles with Nick Foles.
Yeah.
I mean, 49ers went with but he's not like he listen, this guy was 2 years ago, right before he got injured, led the league in passing and was on pace to throw for over 5,500 yards.
Wait, who?
Dax Prescott.
Oh, yeah, but
He's
here's
not,
the thing.
listen,
He's just putting up yards.
That's his job.
Yeah, but like it's not
I'm telling you,
equating to wins.
I mean, listen.
It's kind of like the guy who gets like
would you rather have
15
Kyler Murray?
strikeouts
Would you
and
rather,
then
no. He did
blows leads.
The other year they went like 14-2 with him on his second year. I mean, listen, I don't think he's the problem necessarily. It could be Mike McCarthy this year, but there's no way anyone in Dallas is thinking like we're done with Dax. He's not near the hot seat yet compared to someone like a Tannehill or Carson Wentz is on his last run.
Tannehill
or Mayfield
should have been bounced out of the league years ago.
Well, he can't because he fucking was the number 1 seed last year. So it's like, what do you it's hard to argue these things.
Tannehill just wasn't it in college either, and I don't understand why everybody's trying to keep him.
Because a game manager can win. Flacco won.
Yeah, but that's so rare.
Russell Wilson, you could argue, is a game manager who's just a little bit more talented.
I agree.
Would you rather have Russell Wilson or Dax?
Russell.
All right. I mean, I could argue that they're right. They're very close to each other, and Dax is younger.
I think Russell makes better decisions.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we'll see. Let's see how his second run goes here.
I agree.
Would you rather have, again, if you're in the top half of quarterbacks, I think you're good to go. Then there's so many things that need to go into winning. It's not only like, yes, a great quarterback is the one of the biggest ones. You have to have a great coach too. But I mean, like, it's a lot to think about. Like
Dallas needs
Drew
to go
Brees.
out.
You're telling me Dax can't do what Drew Brees does? You know, if he doesn't get injured, like he's a bigger, taller, and more mobile.
It was Drew
He's more
Brees
mobile.
Had a great arm, and he was an
He had an
incredible
average arm.
decision maker.
It's a decision maker, but an average arm. But I'm just saying.
Oh, average arm after the injury.
I would say that Dax is a clear front runner, best quarterback in that division, and that's what matters most. Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts and Carson Wentz. That's who he's going up against
that's
right now.
It?
Yeah,
okay,
that's his division.
Yeah, he's okay. Then he's
okay. Then you go to the rest of the league. Then you have Aaron Rodgers, obviously not.
Yeah.
But then you have Fields in Chicago. Who knows yet? We don't know yet. All right. Then you have Goff in Detroit, for sure better. Okay. And then you have Detroit, Chicago, Green Bay, Minnesota. You have Cousins. Still have Dax ahead of all of them. So right now there's only one guy ahead of him.
You're not wrong.
So you have Rodgers ahead of him. That's
You're
one
correct.
guy. Now let's go to the next division. Saints, Winston. Nope, I'm taking Dax.
Yeah.
Brady, obviously. So that's two guys. So two of the guys ahead of Dax are two of the greatest ever to live.
Yeah.
Think about that. Then you have Atlanta, Mariota. No. And then you have Carolina, Mayfield.
So what do you think is going to fuck Dallas up on this?
Nothing. I think they're a contender. I think it comes down. They should be in the Final Four for sure. It depends. This is McCarthy's on the hot seat because if he doesn't work out, they're talking about Sean Payton coming out of retirement to take over Dallas, which would be huge.
Which they should have done 10 years ago.
And then you have the 49ers. You have the 49ers, the Rams. Stafford, you would take over Dax, and then Trey Lance. Who knows yet?
Yeah.
And then you have Arizona, Kyler Murray. It's iffy. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I got to see him one more year.
I hate that.
I got to see him, but he's good. But I see him one, and then the last person is Geno Smith. So it's like Dax.
Geno Smith should have been bounced out of the league 6 years ago.
So the point is, Dax is a top 5 quarterback in the NFC.
Wait, is Geno Smith a starting quarterback?
For Seattle as of right now.
Really?
Yeah. So they're going to have it over Drew Lock unless they get Garoppolo, who they cut.
What is Seattle doing with?
They're rebuilding now. They're in a rebuild.
Geno and Drew.
Geno played pretty good in Russell's absence last year, and I don't know. We'll see. But the point is, Dak's top 5 in the NFC. The AFC is where there's all the quarterbacks.
You proved it to me.
So have faith. Is that your team?
No.
Well, guys, we got to go. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and goodbye.